Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the studio. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hey, Anani. Let's get this stuff adjusted here. So I have another glaze lined up to do. We have a lot of pieces that didn't make it into my last glaze, and then a lot of other pieces I'm going to do besides that. So I've got most things over here. I need to start waxing some of them. What did I do? There it is. With my wax, my brand new jug of wax. We got red food coloring in it this time. Well, I think you could have handled a third. Maybe if I ever do find some blue food coloring, I'll put it in here. Let me do this before cats start jumping in buckets. That is not what goes on that bucket. Where's the... Oh, that's pink. Pink lid on the pink bucket. Sea spray on the sea spray bucket. Hey, buddy. You can jump on top of that one, can't you? I know. Red wax. No, because I was going to. I've not ever seen like purple food coloring, like not at our store, but they just have like the primary colors. But I couldn't find any blue, so I just got red. Because it'll stand out. Actually, I think that the blue ended up, or the green that I used last time ended up like standing out more. This stuff, like the red, fades really quickly. But it works. Like, why is this stuff so thick? I didn't put any water in it. That's why. Where would my water be? Water it down just a little bit. He was like, I saw that. You have water. He's like, how am I supposed to drink that? Here, come here. Don't put forth too much effort. Don't do that. Don't exert yourself. Hey, Liam. Hey, Serena. Liam, thank you for the host. So use the gel or the liquid food coloring? Liquid, I guess. It's the here's the box for it. It's the McCormick stuff. That's about all we have, I think. I've never used food coloring for anything else. I've never tried to change the color of my food, so. Red food coloring, that's probably the stuff my grandfather was allergic to. That medallion bumped up against this mug, so I'm going to sand that down while I'm thinking about it. So just remembered that I may have messed something up. So I may have a dud in the kiln. Mm-hmm. One I just remembered. I don't think I fixed it. Like one of the pieces that I glazed on the last time. I remembered when I glazed it, it had a big like blotch on the handle where I'd accidentally waxed it there and didn't realize it, and I didn't fix it. So, oh well. Can't do nothing about it now. It's like, wait, I don't remember fixing that. I hear something behind me. This is, yeah, no, this is no, it's a full ounce. It's a full ounce. That was just the box that it came in. It was this stuff, this right here. It says it was 1 ounce. And I put 2 of them in there, and I could probably like use more unless I just need to shake it up. Yeah, I think I needed to shake it up before I got started because it's a lot redder in there now than what I've got here. But I've got more than just mugs to do today. I have some of the big all-purpose bowls, which are the large yarn bowls without any yarn bowl hooks in them. I've got the utensil holders, and I have a canister set. You see the green striped ones back there? That's the tape on them. I'm doing a denim blue striped canister set. The gel food coloring, it like comes out like toothpaste. Okay, it's probably easier to control that way, I guess. But it seems like the liquid would be easier to stir and distribute. Is the gel more concentrated? I've got a 10-ounce Dodger mug here. It's going to be the blue and the black, the Starry Night. You, sir, have been rolling in the dirt. You can tell because you got white fur. You get something on your face. There you go. He's been going outside, rolling in the dirt, because it is a nice day outside, and then coming in and taking a nap behind the kiln, because the kiln is at somewhere around like 700 to 800 degrees right now. It's cooling down. And then another kiln over there that I can fill up with this stuff. I need to see what color this one is. Is this anybody's mug? Do we have a Marvelous Ms. Maisel travel mug person in here? One of these guys is going to be polka dotted. I'll make it this one polka dotted. It's so it doesn't need any wax. This one, though, is going to be Seafoam, the green and white. And this one is just a large bowl. It's going to be around 8 inches wide when it's done, and this is the same size as the large yarn bowls, but without a yarn bowl hook cut in it. We call it a all-purpose bowl because you can use it for whatever you want. Hey, buddy. Are you on a fly hunt? Or are you just trying to get my attention? Hey, somebody get your nose again. I'm going to have to start calling you Scar. Hey, Dragon Knits. I had to pay the toll. We got an order the other day for a solid red pie plate, so I'm going to try to glaze that one in this batch. This one is a brewery up in New York. So early in March, we were contacted by them to do some custom mugs, but we had to put everything on hold, of course, because it was like the week before everybody got shut down. So, but I'd already made them a sample mug, and so I contacted the person because they were kind enough to contact us and saying, we do want to order this. We don't want you to think we're blowing you off, but we had to close. And we're like, yeah, we understand, us too. But I told them, like, I made you a sample. What's your favorite color? I'll do a sample. And she said pinks and yellows. So I think I'm gonna make her a pink and yellow mug. She said something else. I don't know. I think, was it pink and yellow and orange? I don't think I'm going to do all those three on one. I'm not going to do that. But I've done pink and yellow before on the same mug, and it's very bright. Ooh, Dragon, which one is yours? And here is our dark mark mug. This one is going to be poisoned apple, I believe, like the black over green. Oh yeah, the knit long and prosper and unicorn farts. I don't know why I read unicorn farts, but I was thinking fire and ice. I don't know why. This is why I have to like double check things 2 or 3 times. Sometimes I can't trust my memory. Oh, is that the I think I've that one might be in the kiln. The like may the fleece be with you. Was that it? Oh no, I'm sorry, Anani Hamster's not here. We'll have to get him to do a bad pun when he comes to a gas station stop or something. He's on the road today. He's playing delivery guy today. We have some friends building a house, and they found some a good deal on some appliances. So a hamster went down to Nashville to pick them up. Since we've got a great big van, there is a dusty paw print inside that bowl. I'm gonna have to do some comparisons to see whose it was. And there's a tux. Hey, buddy. He's so staticky. It's like petting him. It's like crackly. Now this one, we'll see how it turns out. I'm gonna make it solid purple, but I am also open to suggestions. It's gonna make it solid purple because it's got the several dice on it. This right now, this is the sample one. Excuse me, losing my voice. It is the only one of its kind right now. You know what? I've never had problems being able to talk for a little while without losing my voice, but like I hear other people saying that they have to like work on their streaming voice. Isn't that what like that Danish guy? He's had to work on his streaming voice again. Maybe he just meant like the way he speaks, tone of voice. There we go. And I kind of wanted to do these like these are about like 1 inch at the biggest one right now. I wouldn't mind having them maybe be like 1.5 inches so that I can space them around the entire mug. I may like if I do another one, if I like this one, I may like do two sets of the small ones, one on one side, like one on the other. Just have them all around the mug, a dicey mug. Woo, woo. Polka dotted bowls. And so here's one of the canisters. This is the smallest one. And so it's going to be a blue glaze with the stripes. This is a masking tape. And I'm going to peel this off, so it's going to be blue and white, the white being the raw color of the clay. And so there's the lid that I made for the canister. I tried to make these big enough to where you can get your hand inside of them, and even like even once it gets smaller, you can even get like a scoop in if you wanted to put something in it, that like flour, sugar, or something. Otter, yeah, you like the idea of dice all the way around. Me too. I thought at that size though, I thought it may be too sparse to put them on all sides, but if we make them a bit bigger, I think it'll look better. But the reason I brought it over here is because I need to put wax on the bottom. And then this is medium. And maybe for once I'll actually measure the things after they're fired, and then be able to say how big these are. Though honestly, probably every set that I throw is different because I make them maybe once a year. And this one is for Ms. Grimm or All Pearled Up. I don't know if they're here yet. Well, this one is actually for Mr. Grimm. There we go. And this is one of the like patches from Tarkov, the game. I don't know which one. It's the one they wanted on a mug. Hey, Manny. Must be nap time. Oh no, Colleen, no music? Let me go see if it stopped. See, I usually ask just to make sure that everybody can hear the music, but I didn't this time. Let's see. Hmm. What about now? Okay. All right, I'll check on it every once in a while because we're using a YouTube channel for royalty-free music, and it sometimes stops, or it'll ask, "Are you still listening?" And while I'm thinking about it, I'll see. There was something I've got some of these what we're gonna call them, like pasta bowls, I guess, pasta bowls or salad bowls that I made for samples. I don't remember what color they wanted them to be, so I'm gonna see if I can find that out. Because this glaze is going to be a lot of odds and ends. Some pieces that didn't make it into the last kiln load, and then maybe a few experiments. Now, there is a glaze experiment in that last kiln. There is. But I won't be able to open it up until later this evening. Alright, I gotta think. Colleen, if you're still here, I've got a question for you about your big mud smug. Do you want it to be 3 colors or 2 colors? Since I'm doing this today. Because it can be white over black, kind of like the Starry Night is, where it's just white over a solid black. Or it can be like 3 different tones, kind of like the denim and white, where it goes from like solid white to gray and then to black. I guess the question is, does Bentley have any gray in him, or is he just white and black? 3? Okay. And then I'll take a picture of it before I give it to you, and then we can say, hey, look at this new color. Because I'd forgotten all about that until somebody asked, like doing white and black. Because I had done that before. That color combo. His undercoat is fuzzy and grayish. A scrub hat design? You mean like for hospitals? Alright, I think almost got everything. The 1 yarn bowl. Got a striped yarn bowl. I'm pretty sure the person that ordered this ordered it while watching. So if this is the jade striped yarn bowl, if that is yours. If you are listening today. So which color do I want to do first? I think I might still go with the black. I need to make sure what some of these colors are. So okay, that one's Starry Night. Dark Mark is Poisoned Apple. These guys are going to be the blue. So the royal blue color that we've got here, it's called, I think it's just called simply cobalt blue. It's a dark blue. It's similar to the emerald green, except it's blue. So it's very transparent and very jewel-like. And we've had somebody order if you see the solid cobalt blue, that's what it's going to be on the bottom part of this. I don't have much of it right now. It's on its way, but this is what it actually looks like. So instead of everything, all the glazes being kind of a random gray color, this is going to be blue. It's pink right now, but it's going to be blue. But all I have is this poor little bottle. Until I can get some dry mix in to put together. Oh yeah, you're trying to get fast food at lunchtime, and yeah. Can you even go through the drive-thru in your van?
And here's what makes it really marvelous.
Adorne, you say, I've got you looking forward to the stream. You seem to get more done at the shop. Oh, when I'm on TV. Yeah, I'm glad I can be helpful. Get all these wiped down, get 3 of them. Oh, Hamster. Well, if you are stuck sitting at a drive-thru, we have had a request for a pun. If you have any you'd like to share in chat. Black Wolf, thank you for the sub. And thank you for using your Twitch Prime sub here on our channel. Welcome to the Muddy Buddies. You keep forgetting you have the free one, yeah. Well, thank you again. So what I'm going to do with these guys is pour glaze on the inside first and then kind of paint it on the outside. So watered this down a little bit. I may water it down a little bit more because when you buy something in a pint, it's thicker because most people are going to be brushing it on, but you can water it down a bit for pouring and stuff. If I have water. Gave water to the cat. Just add water a little bit at a time because it's easier to add than take away. Also secure the lid tightly. What? I just had it there. Just I'm dripping. Oh, there's your pun, Anani. Yesterday you tried to catch a cloud, but you missed. Well, that worked pretty good. And this time I'll just pour it back in the bucket here. So this is kind of how you would apply glaze if you only have, you know, the bottles of it to work with, and trying to, you know, not drip it everywhere. Because already I've got like, feel like I've got half of it like spilled on the outside of this bottle. Then I'll let that dry a little bit, and then do some on the outside. Oh, Liam, was it your pun? Okay, I thought it was Anani's. Okay, it may have been your pun. There was a pun requested earlier, and so that was his pun. Let's do some of the black glaze. Yeah, yesterday, Liam, we did your bad advice. That's what that was. All right, so just keep in mind, Hamster's on the road, but if he has time, he will do another pun. We're just gonna have Hamster pop in with random puns. It's not necessarily gonna be a bad thing. So we'll get these guys out. Dip these in their first layer. This is the glossy black. So it's just what it sounds like, a shiny black. I need to get the green out for a couple of things over here, so we'll do that next. There's a little cat gang mug. Oh no, no, no. I had a dream last night that a basset hound was running a hot dog stand. Let me tell you, it was a dog-eat-dog world. Was it I Dream of Weenie? Because that is the actual name of a hot dog stand in Nashville. I don't know if it's still there or not, but don't know if it got blown away by the tornado. That was a good one. That was a good one. Did I forget? And I did. I forgot and did all those. I like big mud smugs. I've got another one over here though. Whoops. Sorry guys. Sorry. Hey, Smith Clay. Smith Clay, did you ever get a chance to use that stamp? Oh, you need to find a part to your slab roller, oh no. The pin that holds the big wheel on, the one that holds it on, not just an operational thing, it connects it, it keeps falling out. Keeps working its way out. But luckily I haven't lost it yet. Oh, you've been doing like mask straps, mask and face shields? Nice. You went from like no 3D printers to now 4 of them. You're setting up the streaming computer this week to stream them during the day. Nice. Yeah, and like I don't know that I would know what type of printers, like which one is which, but can you print something like, are you going to try to 3D print some stamps? We have a friend with a 3D printer, just a small one, and we're looking at like finding something that can 3D print stamps that are thicker than the ones that we can cut. But we're looking at being able to, they need to be bendy, you know, so they need to have to be kind of soft. I'll let that one dry for a second. I'm going to dip this one. Yeah, because for some of the pieces, like, we want the impression to be deeper. It would just make, glazing and cleaning things up, like, a whole lot easier. Because, like, even on that one, I had to sit here and, like, touch up some of the parts where the impression was a little bit shallow. Why does it need to be bendy? Because it makes it easier to peel off the clay. Because the way I do them, I have my flat slab. Even with the rubber, having it a little bit bendy, you can peel it up. It helps it release. And in the end, it may not be a huge deal, but use wood stamps for a while. I guess I could try either way. I mean, I was able to use, for the Elvish script, I used the rubber, but it was more of a relief. So, but I was able to use cooking oil as a release agent, so that it worked a lot better. So that may be what I need to do if I don't have bendy stamps.
What if you bumped that control by accident? You'd be mincemeat by now. What have I told you?
The Snap Pro.
I guess I wasn't thinking. You weren't thinking. You mean you'll work on engines and machinery and not think?
Okay, we will. I'll also find the most complex thing we have.
Shake hands with danger.
And actually, it's not so much about things being complex, but like for pieces like this one, the big balls one, like the paw print, for areas that are not just text, like I'd like the impression to be a little bit deeper so that I can fill it in easier. That's what I need. Because for text, the rubber works perfect. Flour, okay. I've used cornstarch before too. Hey, Spook. So what I want to do with this one is have it be a triple tone piece like the like the denim in white or the jade in white. So it's going to be white on the inside and black up to the rim. Then we're going to overlap it with the white to make a gray. I've only done this once before, but it was very striking.
What if it bumped that control by
Since these have dried a little bit, I'll go ahead and do another
What have I told you?
All right, I guess I wasn't
batch with my new color here. I'm waiting for a larger container, like a dry mix to come in so I can have a bit more. And with this, I'm not gonna like try to pour anything. I'm just gonna brush a couple layers on and try not to make a horrific mess. If I can help it. This is supposed to be like a thin celadon glaze that will be cobalt blue. Celadon to me just really means just transparent. That's so I'll probably paint like 3 layers on here. And this is why I like dipping things instead of just painting them.
To what new horizons can we look now? Where are tomorrow's opportunities? The frontiers of the future are not on any map. But now, what's ahead of us?
We want to let every layer dry first. Loops, hello! Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Or at least a non-stressful weekend. All right.
To what new horizons can we look now? Where are tomorrow's opportunities?
I think I want to do the green next.
The future are not on any map. Now, what's ahead of us?
Kira lurking and working, being productive. And we have emerald green, which I think I actually have to do green polka dots. I'll make sure of that, but I think I have to do emerald green polka dots. Lurkers unite! Where would we be without lurkers? This one is the emerald green. That's what this is. This glaze. Even though it looks really thick, it's actually fairly transparent. So I'll be brushing another layer of glaze on here. Normally there's like 110 people in the area you work in this building, and now there's like 3. And you're behind a huge like security wall, so you're on your own for 12 hours. Yeah, so coming here is like you're in the company of friends, right? Was it you telling me yesterday that like you couldn't leave for that 12 hours? You couldn't leave the site? Check on this one to make sure. I think it's a yellow polka dot and a green polka dot. Emerald green and yellow. I was right. Ooh, do I have any tape back here? I haven't had, like, I don't know where my masking tape would be. Let's see. Post office came back. Let me see if I can find some masking tape up here. Hey, thank you. Oh. This is all of them. All right, thank you very much. Got the post office truck loaded. But still no masking tape. Got duct tape. Wait, there it is. Found it. Yeah, I wasn't really sure how far this mic would reach if I actually like went out the front door. But I guess it works. There's usually no reason not to be polite to people. Plus, they didn't have to come back and get the boxes today. I didn't schedule a pickup. Now I do my fair share of grumbling, just you know. Obviously not going to do it to their face. Because they have a bad habit of when they get in a hurry, like they'll mark packages, or they'll have a slip marking us as closed if they don't want to deliver it. If they're in a hurry, they'll just say, "Oh, you aren't open." And grumble, grumble, grumble. Oh, spook! Oh no, fighting off the quarantine funk. Like, are you actually sick, or are you just like the boredom, anxiety, you know, that depression type stuff? This is how I glaze the inside of the bowls. This is going to be emerald on the inside, and then just green on the inside and around the rim, and then I'm going to do the green polka dots on the inside. Yeah, true. You work on the help desk calls. Yeah, polite is not always easy, but it's always possible, right? I guess they didn't want to talk to me after all. Oh, see, Daniel's on the road. He's driving. He will talk the telemarketers to death. He likes to try to make people hang up on him. Alright, so now we've got the green on the inside and around the edges. And then I'm going to paint another layer on top of this while I've got it out here. Because this one, just like the blue, is a transparent color, and want to make sure that we aren't blotchy on the glaze. And then touch up the glaze vampire bites in there. Oh, Paula, on your air dry. Oh no, it cracked. Said you had a woman lie flat out yesterday. She called 4 times. You couldn't help her, unfortunately, due to some security issues. She called again and said she had not called, yeah, and then thinking she would get to talk to somebody else. It can be frustrating to be nice, right? What were you doing, Colleen? Yeah, you were enjoying the crap out of what when they called? Yeah, and it's not the individual calls that cause anxiety, but the accumulation of so many in a day, right? And having to deal with the same, same types of emotions all in one day, yeah. And that's probably true of a lot of things that trigger us now. Like for me, one of the things that always would trigger me, it's a little thing, and you wouldn't think about it at first, but for, I actually haven't got it in a while, but used to, I would always I would introduce myself, oh yeah, I'm here, this is, at a show, this is what I do, yeah, no, this is what I do full time, and well, what does your husband do? At first I would think, oh, that's very polite, he does this, he's, does this or that. Now I can say, we work together so we don't get as many raised eyebrows. But I realized after the 5th or 6th time, somebody, politely asked me what my husband did. Like, oh, you think that this is my little hobby that my husband allows me to do? Oh, that makes me so mad. Makes me so mad. But on the surface, it's not something that's offensive. It's just a way of thinking that over time you get annoyed because it's just the way people think. Oh, you were enjoying annoying them back. Yeah, the person telling you there was an issue with your bank account. Oh, yeah. Oh, my favorite one of those was one of those places that calls trying to get you to buy renew the warranty on your vehicle. I had one thinking he was going to be slick. Because my father works for a car dealership. He's managed a car dealership for like 30 years. Okay, that's where I do my car shopping. But they called and they had the dealership name, so they're like, yeah, we're calling from Peppers in Paris, Tennessee, and I'm like, who is this? And so I started asking for people that worked there, and I was like, where are you? You're calling me from Indiana. I know you're not in Tennessee. Yeah, you don't think that'll ever go away. Well, and I've just recently like been reading a book that took place in the late 40s, and so some of the things that are in the book are just the the daily things that some women had to deal with, and things that like my generation and anybody I think most people around today like don't it's not something we think about as much anymore, but like talking about in 1947 a girl out on her own 20 years old was not allowed to people wouldn't let her pawn something or withdraw money from her own bank account. Well, does your father know you're doing this, or did well, we have to have your father here to do that. Someone of a legal age, and just thinking of all the hurdles, all the hurdles we've overcome. I mean, it's not all going to go away, but it's better than it was. Yeah, Colleen, I'm almost the same way. I thought we have the phone number that is on the website, so we know when someone calls from the website. Even now, we're getting telemarketing calls from that, but for the most part, if like a number goes to both of our phones, then we know it's hopefully a business question. So if we get a number that we don't know, then we usually just don't answer it. Oh yeah, Sid. Yeah, you work. Your husband stays home, and you have no kids. Oh, the passive aggressive questions. Yes. Yeah, and then there must be a man to deal with things. I bet you get this all the time. Like when people hear that there's a female on the line for like tech support or answering questions, they're like, "Well, let me talk to a manager. Is there someone else I can talk to?" Yeah, Colleen. Yeah, you were an exec. Yeah, you allowed your husband to have a business. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I say when someone asks me that now. I'm like, no, my husband works for me. All right, so that was gonna cover up green. Cover up green. Go to a different color. I don't need orange, but I do need yellow, and I think it's somewhere around here. There we go. Embryo, thank you for the resub. And good afternoon. Oh, Paul, I used to think you were getting like it was because of your accent. What are progress keepers? You're getting distracted at making progress keepers. I've actually got to look now. Like, that might be the clear. I think I need like one more rolly cart. Yeah, that's the yellow. Is it possible to get a double bowl that isn't for yarn but for plants? Yeah. Do you want holes in the bottom of it? That reminds me, I do need to glaze this one if there's room for it. So this one is, you know, this is a yarn bowl. But it would be the same thing as this. Oh, hey, little spider. But these are around 4 inches wide, these bowls, and maybe 3 inches tall, especially once they're glazed, they'll shrink a little bit. But if you just want it to look like that, you know, I can do that. Spider stuck. So you would want just like a hole in the bottom right there, just a single hole. I think I could manage that. So it would be the same price. So if you wanted to go in and order a double bowl and pick your color and just leave me a note saying that you want, instead of it being for yarn, just like you asked, put a hole in the bottom of each of them. Yeah, that double yarn bowl, it's gonna be the jade green, and I got such a odd order. Someone ordered a bison yarn bowl, and but they ordered it in jade green. They're like, yeah, sorry, yeah, I broke my bison yarn bowl and it was in jade green, so I want to get another one. I'm like, or they said they broke their bowl and want to get another one. I'm like, never made a green bison, never. I know how many bison I've made. I haven't made that many, and I've never made any of them green. So I got emailed them, I sent them a picture of the bison I had, and you know, iron has green flecks in it, so maybe I thought that's what they meant. And I'm like, here's the bison the way I normally do it, and they're like, oh my gosh, what did I order? I didn't want a bison. So they had ordered a double yarn bowl, and they had broke it, and they wanted another one, and it was the same price. So I don't know how they got that confused, but we got it cleared up. You got some starters of your old plants, and you want to give them a good house. Yeah. Pink, yes, that was yours. I couldn't remember whose it was.
You mean the gentleman who was serving his time in the
Throwing a little party for him tomorrow night. So he's got $250,000 hidden away. I'm the boy that's gonna find out where.
Okay, let's clean this one up. Because this is going to be yellow. Okay, I can send you a picture of it. I don't know if we have a picture posted anywhere. I don't even know if we have the picture on the website. We might. Is there a bison picture on the website? Well, yeah, for a cow, so I do a cow. And with a cow face, the bison is different, but you could do it in the solid iron. Like, yeah, you've had a cow before. I didn't mean to say it that way. I really didn't.
It'll be mine before the week's out.
So yeah, it's a good question. What are people spending money on right now in this altered reality we're in right now? Yeah, Sid's been buying pottery. All right, now this one. You know what, Adorn, what do people you think of this? So I've got too many thoughts going on right now. I'll try to get them all out. So Adorn, you've been doing your promotion where you give people, or people give you a word, and maybe a color or something, and say, and you put together a package for them. I could do that. I wonder if I could do that. But people like I'm doing with this one. I asked the person, "What's your favorite color?" And she said she liked like bright colors, like yellow and pink and orange and all that. So I'm making her a yellow and pink mug. Wonder if I could do that. Have people give me a few things, few guidelines, and I give them a mug that I think they'll like. I don't know, but I get so worried that people would not like my choices. I think that would hold me back. Oh no, there's no picture. Okay. Because I've been considering doing like a mystery mug, just having things that are in the studio. Because I've got a ton of stuff in here that's nothing wrong with it. It's just maybe like one-ofs that I tested something out, or from a different technique, or travel mugs where the lids don't fit. I thought about doing just like a random like $10 mystery box mug or something. But then again, I don't want people to be upset and not like what they get. Oh yeah, Dorn, yeah, that's why your anxiety is high, because with the core and skeins, it's a lot of expectations, yeah. 4-inch double bowl, it's the regular size, yes, because it's 2 of the 4-inch bowls. Gwen Elsa, thank you for the resub. Thank you for subbing for 13 months, over a year. And so we're going to have a bowl here that is yellow on the inside with black polka dots on the outside. And I think that's one of my favorite combos because it is so striking. It's just a bright and happy combo. The yellow is of the brighter colors, it's probably my favorite. Orange gets a lot of love, but yellow, I like it a lot better. The yellow is, where's my yellow mug? That I always show up. I guess it's gone. Oh, wait, it's over here. But this is what the yellow glaze is going to look like. So it's not like super bright and inoffensive. It's a very like a kind of buttery yellow. Oh, you're sewing a mask for an 11-year-old? Phew, sewing is hard. Like you're doing better than me. Oh my gosh, somebody posted a picture of a cat mug that had like a cat paw feet, like nuts and a butt. Oh no. Was it like all sculpted? Yeah, Dora, sometimes you'll wonder how you survive owning a local yarn store, right? It's like normally, we can handle pretty well the stress and the anxiety of day-to-day activities, because as a small business owner, there's no guarantee like that the show's going to go well, that you're going to get the same sales over and over, because things are constantly changing. But we go to enough things and we diversify how we sell things to the point that we were fairly confident that we were going to make money, and now This is a whole another level of anxiety right now. But we're making it. Oh no, Nor said you would have seriously taken a mystery order from just let me pick something and send it to you. Making decisions on what to bring in is tough, yeah. And you know, some people have me do that. If you want to, feel free to tell me to do that sometimes. Say, I don't want anything red. And maybe, you know, say, maybe I don't want anything that says crochet. But send me some knit things and some things that you think will sell good, and or some fandom ones, and I will do that. So you're not the only one who doesn't want to make the decisions. Or a lot of times when when I'm glazing, I'll have people tell me I want these phrases, but just send me any colors. And that gives me a bit more wiggle room. See, it'd be cool to buy a custom piece from me in general, like just sit at the wheel and make whatever I want to make, and yeah, do some guidelines. Yeah. Say a 2-pound piece costs this much, or a 3-pounder versus 4-pounder or whatnot. Hey, Kenneth. Good afternoon. You pick a price, like how you're doing your quarantine, and give some guidelines, like things I will not do. Yeah. Make sure I got all the drips off. I think I did. See, this is one that it's harder to make sure that you've got everything, because the yellow is like almost the same color as the clay, so you have to like look for like a texture difference. Or while it's wet, it's a little bit darker than the clay, to make sure like it's really hard to see if there's like a fingerprint there. Brooke, hey! So you've been waiting to see this, yes. So all the pieces here have been, bisque fired once, up to 1900 degrees, and now like I've got one layer on some of them, and on some I'm still working on. This was the yellow glaze. I just dipped a few pieces in the yellow, and then I'll probably get the gray out next. Actually, no, I'm gonna do purple next, because the purple's right here. So this one, even though it looks blue, it's going to be a dark purple. It's this right here. That's actually pretty close to what it actually will look like. It's a nice violet, or like a bluish purple. Really, day one of having a label writer instead of printing out your shipping labels and having to tape them? Really? What kind did you get? I still print mine out. But what I do is I have my packing slips and I print the label on the packing slip so I don't get things confused. Because I've been known to ship the wrong thing to the wrong person before. Pretty thing, distract you with pretty things. I've got a large yarn bowl here. We even have a sweater yarn bowl. Yeah, Star Trek masks. It's Oh, you have a mixed marriage, Star Trek and Star Wars under one roof. You know what? I'm going to make sure of this. I want to make sure it needs to be purple first. Second guessing myself. All right, so who had the order we were talking about earlier? I know that's vague. Like the Knit Long and Prosper. This is part of that same order. I didn't realize it. So this is the large yarn bowl that says I like big balls and I cannot lie. Dragon! Sure. It's beautiful already. Let's hope it stays that way. Oh, it's a birthday present from your oldest. Yeah, I think it was last year at Maryland. Sheep and we felt so bad. It was funny. There was like, it was right around Mother's Day. So it's right before Mother's Day is when Maryland is. And so you get a lot of people shopping and getting, Mother's Day gifts and stuff. And these two, I call them little girls because I don't think they were 12. They couldn't have been 12. I was thinking they were 10, but I'm old, so everybody looks like they're 2 years old, But they came in, so it's like I felt like kind of dirty because these two 10-year-old girls were giggling over the I like big balls and I cannot lie mug, and they wanted to get it for their mother for Mother's Day. I'm like, you're not old enough to know what that means. And so they could have been 18, I don't know, but they looked like they were 10. But I am so not a good judge because when I was 10 years old, I passed my mother in height. I was like 5, I was past 5'5" when I was 10. I started growing early. So the same reason Daniel doesn't like selling the Miss Maisel. I'm like, yes. He's like, I don't feel like I have the right to sell that. It makes me uncomfortable. So yeah, so I put wax on these. It's the wax is not as dark as it used to be. This is, you can see the kind of like a pinkish tint there. That's where I've put some wax on the bottom so the glaze won't stick. So I don't have to sit there and like scrub it off. I'm like dabbing water onto this. I'm not like dunking this in water, but I want them kind of soaking the texture a little bit. I found that doing that makes the glaze stick better for whatever reason. It makes sure the glaze like flows down in between all the little crevices there. So we have a purple sweater yarn bowl. And then this one, I'm going to make it purple, though I am up, you know, I'm willing to change it. I'm going to make it solid purple for my new dice mug. This is not stereotype, this is the prototype. It's the only one there is. Instead of doing like 1d20, I did like all the different dice on the mug. See, well, I thought about making dice towers. I have before. But do you think it would be worthwhile making them out of clay? Well, wouldn't that be such a racket? Yeah, the noise of the dice at the ceramic tower, yeah. I mean, is there any reason it would have to be like squarish? I mean, you could make a cylinder and then make a little tray at the bottom, I guess. Or make different parts of it. Is that a real word? Cylinder. Okay, gray is gonna be my next one. It could look like a little mud hut with a chimney at the top. Yeah. Or if it's a cylinder, it could be like a castle turret or something. Castle tower. Just will not roll. How to do like catches inside to make the dice roll around, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't think that would hold up that well being made of clay on the insides, but like you said, like putting like wooden sticks or something on the inside, yeah. That needs to be mixed really well, but it's not the glaze I need right now. Need the one underneath it. Right? I was just thinking that too. It sticks. It could look like a tree or a hedgehog. There we go. That's the color I wanted. We're gonna make this horrible, like, death trap looking thing and call it a dice tower. Like sharp sticks poking out of it. Zero No Go, hey! How are you doing? Welcome back. We got some sprucely designed mugs for Crimson Sheep. Yeah, I've got something that could do like a brick pattern on the outside, and then, or stone. I've got a texture mat for stone, and I think one for brick too. Hey, J Deer. I guess that's true. It would only need to be the size of a travel mug, huh? Because we're not going to be trying to roll all of our dice we have at once. Yeah, the tower then would not get knocked over because of the weight. Yeah, I mean something about the size of a travel mug is not going to weigh that much, unless I intentionally made it thicker, which I could. Yeah, then have a saucer at the bottom to catch the dye, right? And the tray at the bottom is something you'd want to have like felted or have it lined with something so that it doesn't. One thing so things don't bounce around, hitting a hard surface. Kennel, hey, oh no, you had a bad day yesterday. You twisted and strained your ankle, bit your tongue, burnt their tongue. Your roller skates broke, and you got road rash. A door in the face that broke your nose. Whoa. Did the roller skates breaking have anything to do with your twisted ankle? Oh, really, Dragon? I thought they'd already announced that. But maybe they hadn't. Yeah, you've used your quota of bad luck, yeah. If you were a cat, you could say they used up one life there. I'm going to use a brush to put a little bit more on this one, on the bottom half of it. And then touch up the inside, where I held it with the tongs. Next I get to do the canister set. Oh, did you change your name? Needed a new face, time for a change. Understand that. just knocked part of it off. What do the mugs remind you of? Oh, Pooh's honey jars, right? I should do that. Make one that says honey. I had considered doing that on a line of mugs, just doing different cartoon characters and glazing them like different cartoon characters. I even made screens for some of them because I thought, the jade and iron could be for no, the iron could be for Scooby-Doo, and I could do like a purple and green or something for Shaggy that just says like Zoinks on it, and make a brown one for Scooby-Doo, and then do like red and orange for Velma, and have a whole line of the different cartoon characters. Have one that's yellow and red for Winnie the Pooh, and just have it say, "Oh bother." Have his butt hanging out of the front. Make it a tree and have his butt hanging out the front. Yeah. Sure, I did one time, and then forgot about it until someone wanted to order it again. I did carving on a mug, like I do on some of the yarn bowls, and I glazed it brown, and on the side I wrote like "I am Groot" for a Groot mug. Yes, the gray works really well for Eeyore. It does. I made who ordered that? I made an Eeyore bowl one time, just an all-purpose bowl sized, and I made like an animal bowl, and so I made sculpted out a little Eeyore face and put the tail on him. Let's see if I took pictures of that. I hope I did, because it turned out really good. Yeah, because the grays is perfect for Eeyore, which is what was in this bucket here. All right, now for the blue. Now you can kind of tell that this is blue here. It may look more white on screen, but it's a light blue. It's going to be kind of medium to dark blue. It's called denim blue. It's a pretty accurate description of it, but it is it's what I'm going to be glazing these canisters behind me. And I'll do this one first, just to get it out of the way. This one needs to be denim and white. This just needs to be denim on the outside. Embry, if you send me the clip art of 2 symbols, can I put them on the double bowl, one on each? Yeah. Is there a spot for that? I don't know if we put a spot for customizing the bowls on the website, so you may just have to leave me a note in the comments. Now the lid on this one, like, I'm not going to glaze the entire lid, just the very top. So I really don't even want it on the underside here. Just trying to go all the way to the edge here without going over. But still want to make sure that it gets around the edge there. Oh, that's cool. So they're all different colors for the different Winnie the Pooh characters. That's cute. Yeah, so adding a medallion would be, for 2 medallions would make it, you know, like 70 instead of 60. So if you want to, you can send me an email and I'll send you a PayPal invoice. I'm not sure if I can dip the bigger ones in the glaze like this. The smaller one I definitely can. So striped canister set. Number 2. Now getting it out, the hard part. So Embry, if you're looking at the double bowls, there probably is only one color. Honestly, I don't think, because we've not taken pictures, so I haven't made a bunch of them recently. So if you want to look at the different colors, I would look at the color chart that has all the different mugs. The only one that I suggest not doing is the jade and iron, because it gets super runny. Oh, you're looking at the yarn bowls? Okay. I thought we had pictures of those, but we may not have, so. It may be our fault. So with these, the stripes on them are going to be the white stripes are going to be where the green tape is. I'll peel the tape off of the others in a minute, and we'll be left with the blue and then the raw color of the clay, which will be white, and it'll have not only a color difference but a slight texture variation too.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Sean.
Let's see about this one.
Host of Hot Ones, asking you to please stay home, stay healthy, and help stop the spread of COVID-19.
I might have to just go around. Yep, that works. Heavy. Oh yeah, I encounter a lot of that. People saying they can't stand the feel of the unglazed ceramics. Now, like, it would be hard to find something that's not glazed on the bottom, but like the medallions aren't glazed, but if you ever needed me to, like I did for Anani, I put a clear glaze over the medallion. The reason I don't normally do that is because, especially on the runnier glazes, the glaze, if I put a clear glaze on the medallion, then sometimes the glaze will like run over the medallion. It'll just leak. But if you don't mind that a little bit, then that is an option. Yeah, I had a lady come in, wanted to during one of like the team buildings, and really wanted to paint their piece of pottery, which was the activity they were doing. but she had the sensory issues like that. She couldn't stand the feel of the unfired, unglazed clay, and so she brought in some gloves, her surgical gloves and food prep gloves. Did that, and it worked fine. And then this one on the inside needs to be blue. It's gonna be blue polka dots. Oops, I missed a spot.
Would you be so kind to indicate? Gonna make a big mistake. Missing in your marker. Well, watch the matter. And soon you're gonna find it. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Look at you, running out of time to do. Key off the list. Get lucky to hit a miss. You're too slow against the flow. Chugging with no way to go. About where so far to serve. You break down and hit and run. You see what you become. Like a fool.
Okay, then jade, and then I'll start like layering some other colors. See, it still sometimes feels like chalk on your teeth. See, I like the feel of the unglazed clay. So it doesn't bother me at all. Like now, if you like start scratching it with your fingernail, yeah, that's probably gonna bother me. But just the feel of it, like I like the glazed versus unglazed transition, which is why I do some of the polka dotted mugs, like this, where the outside here, and this is a porcelain clay, so it's not rough, but so you have that very slight texture difference between the shiny dots and the rough clay, or the raw clay, I should say. Now this needs to be jade on the outside, which I think will be all right with this much glaze as I have in here. I think I'll still be able to glaze it all right because it doesn't have any holes in it. all-purpose bowl. And then I got a jade striped bowl. This one was just ordered the other day, I think. Unless I've got 2 of them. And now I need this one back. Now I need to mix this one up. There's a lot of chunky stuff at the bottom. Alright, so now that I've got like basically a layer on everything, I'm going to start putting other colors on here. The black was some of the first pieces I started with, so I'm going to do one layer here because they're nice and dry. And this is the sea spray. And so these are going to be the Starry Night color, the blue and the black, which is right here. That's what these are going to look like. The blue color is what I'm adding to the top right now. Can I do a medallion using 2 colors? It depends on what those 2 colors are and how close they are together. Because remember, when I do a medallion, it's making an impression. So if I have like 2 different sections, I can do that. But usually the only colors that look really good are black and red. Honestly, they're the ones that show up the best. Yeah, we'll have to show me what you're talking about because the areas need to be separated. I would like kind of fill them in with a little dropper or a paintbrush. Otherwise, they're just going to run and blend together. Like I have done that before, like for things that have like the one I do most often is the one that says like I heart yarn. So I'll do the heart in red and the rest of the text in black. It's like a purple chevron with a black background. I think we could manage that. We would just have to make like an outline around the chevron so that it would be separate. What else needs to be that color? These guys. Alright, Embry, we'll see you later. I'm gonna mix it up again. It's just getting like watery. Thinking a lot of the pigments have just settled to the bottom.
Would you be so kind to indicate? Don't make a big mistake. Mixing in your mocha. Well,
What else? Oh, over here. That's right. Sweet pea bowl. And then these guys will get another layer of this color, but not right now. Need to dry out a little bit first. We do white next. Ooh, order hype. I'm gonna see what it was. Ooh, the Mandalorian mug in Jade and Iron. I've not made one that color yet.
hi, is it done?
Oops. Oops. Come back here. Does it stand on it? Like, glazes don't go bad, but there are times when you have to kind of remix them together, like re-sieve them, because like the last one and this one too, a lot of the, I guess, colorants are just settled to the bottom, and it's hard to mix up. All right, now for the white, got one here. It's going to be a new color, or at least a color that we've never photographed it before. Color combo. It's white on the inside, and then it's going to be white over black. A little bit drippy. But it's a very striking color combo. I just don't do it very often. And then we'll do the white over the jade. See what this is. All right, I'm back. That was the post office. They didn't know that it had already been picked up. They're on top of it today. All right. Now this is not as I don't need to be as precise with this one as I was with the polka dotted one, but still. Woo. Don't want to drop it. All right. Now this one might be a little easier. Whoops, if I don't miss the bucket. Just trying to make sure I got all sides covered. Now this is one where it can get tricky because it's the white glaze on the white clay, so it's very easy to miss a spot. And I got a white and blue one. So I've actually got a couple of glazes I'm doing today that I don't normally do. I've got the fire opal, which is the pink over the iron, but it is pink over white over iron. That actually, for some reason, that helps the pink stand out. And it was a combo that chat helped me put together because I was doing several tests for pink and brown, trying to get those two colors to work together, and somebody suggested this, and it worked. So I thought it was something else. It was right there in front of me. I have to move that. Fire opal utensil holder. Make sure I got everything over here. Don't need anything white. Okay. Woo. It almost went over. Because these two buckets don't have very much in them, and so makes it harder to roll. There we go. Now, what next? I need pink and red for like two things. So I'm gonna let that dry before I get the pink out, because pink over iron is that. And let me show you another test I had done a while back, and I want to try to see if I can get it to happen again. Because like the more I look at this, the more I really like it. So, you know, the pink and the brown, I made several tests, and when I do a test, it's usually like this. It's usually on a wonky piece or something, and I throw a lot of things together. But I've got this like matte brown glaze that's kind of ugly by itself. I think all I really have it for is I use it for the brown. It's on like a Siamese cat when I do the Siamese cats. But over it's not the pink, it's not red, it's like red shimmer or something. It's like a magenta almost, but it's very close to the pink. And the brown on top of that, like, it gets really mottled there, and that's such a nice, pretty transition that I think it would look good on a mug. That brown over the pink, I think it would look good. I believe the fire opal is like right there. That's the test that turned out really nice. A little bit of purple in there, because I love purple. Yeah, so I'm gonna try that. I've got a mug that I've dipped in pink already that I was gonna put that brown on top of. But where did I put my brown? I had to add some water to it because it was dry. I need to add some more water to it because it's still dry. I'm just going to see what that one would do. But yeah, the brown is called Petrified Wood. It's an opulence glaze, and it's a matte glaze, but it does break nice over texture. It's a good glaze by itself. Just I don't use it on much. You love those test pieces. I'm gonna put another layer on these the pink mugs that are gonna be blue. Oh, I didn't get the rim on that one. Whoops. And as I'm like glazing this, you can't even see it. Like I'm trying to apply a nice even coat here, and I'm just like globbing it on there. I'm not even like using brush strokes. It's just like globbing the glaze on.
I'd love for you to stay home and build a computer with me. Check out my video on YouTube, and for tons others, visit youtube.com/stayhome.
You see how long this is taking? This is why I dip the mugs when I have enough glaze to dip them. that one down and actually do the rim. Yeah, you love the yeah. Somebody in the future is gonna look at those and be like, "Whoa, what were they guys? What were they thinking? What were they smoking when they made those? Who thought that? You know, art from 100 years ago. It might, it's gonna be like a representative of our current like arts and crafts era, but it's really just a glaze test. They're gonna be like, look at the bottom of this. Look at this. Look at this cryptic message. It must mean something on the bottom. Cryptic is right, because I'm the only one that can probably read it. Hey, Merrick. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I'm working on applying some glaze to my pots. And this is actually a new color, and believe it or not, it's going to be blue, not pink. Trying to get a nice thick coat on here. Like I've already glazed the inside, so not having to worry about like smearing anything on the inside now. Well, I'm working on my finger strength.
Hi, I'm Desi Perkins, asking you all to please stay home. Let's help stop the spread of COVID-19.
And I'll set this down and get some on the rim. Tigger, thank you for the resub. Celestial Tigger sub for 4 months. Thank you so much. Yeah, Black Wolf, yeah, you told someone asking you about like ceramics that glazing was like Christmas. Yeah, because you really you don't know what you're gonna get. Even when you think you know what you're gonna get, it's still like I know what the colors should look like, but even it's still so exciting to see them finally done because it takes so long. Especially like when I get to the bottom of the kiln, like I've usually forgotten what I've put in there. What I put in there first, so sometimes it really can be a surprise. I promise I can talk. I'm dripping a little bit, but I'm not making as big of a mess as I could. Okay. So what's the process for the lettering of the messages? So what I do is when the mugs are soft, about the same time as I apply the handles, I roll out a very thin slab of clay and press into the clay, and that's how I get the impression. And then once everything is fired, then I put a glaze in the impression left in the clay. And so that's like this one. Like the darker stuff you see there is the black glaze. Like here's one, you know, it's got you can kind of see how it's like pressed in there, and you can see the shine of the glaze. Oh, you see, it's a much more low-tech solution than you were thinking, yeah. And we make all our stamps in-house. So, and for some things, like for very custom things that I know I'm probably never going to make again, that I will use a screen printing technique just to make a quick screen, do that, and then that way we're not, you know, making a stamp for something, you know, that says, like you know, Brother Tom's Bridge Champion 2020. You know, I'm not going to make a stamp that says that. Because before we started making the stamps, I did everything with screen printing. So I've still got the materials to do that. Looking around to see if I need to like get out another glaze, but red and then the pink. I could do the pink. Since the black is right here, I could do this. Because I've got I need the black over the green. So this one is emerald green. It's gonna have black on top of it. I think this is for pink. And this one's gonna be the black over green is called the poisoned apple. You know, we never did finish the trio of glazes. I guess we could put the bloody with it. Bloody, the hocus pocus, and the poisoned apple. But like something else that was like black over another color. Because we could do the black over orange. That would go well with it. And pink, I said. Yep, the jack-o'-lantern. Because the black over orange, this was a test I did for somebody. Well, that's what it looks like. So it's very striking, just like the black and green and the black and purple. It's like, what else would I put black over that could be kind of Halloween-ish? I guess the black and blue. I've done black over pink. That probably would be the best one to fit with those three. Black and pink, black, purple, and black and green. Dark purple and orange. Ooh, purple and orange together? Wait, no, I've done purple and yellow together, not purple and orange. Because here's a test I did. Another tester mug. But that's purple over orange. It actually loses a little bit of its purpleness. It looks more just like a dark color over yellow. Yellow, sorry. But it does work. Purple over yellow. So this is the mug I've dipped in pink. I kind of want to dip it again. I think I will. Just it's a test. Why not test it? Just dip the outside. If it runs, it runs. I don't know why I'm so hoarse today. I'm losing my voice. This is the one I want to have the brown on top of it. I better go put some white in the brown glaze. Ready for Halloween already. Well, the way it looks like that's going to be hopefully our next holiday we get to celebrate. Candy corn colors, yellow, orange, and white. That might be possible. Gotta get the red out, one thing. Oh, black cats. Or is that a wolf? With your name, I thought maybe it was a wolf, but it looked like a cat at first. Need the red for one thing. Alright, so now I need to let some of these dry out, like the Starry Night mugs and some of these that need more than one layer, they do need to dry out for a little bit. So I will probably let them dry out and then come back to them a little bit later. And I don't have to go to the post office because they came and tried to pick up stuff twice. So what I'll probably do is do some prep work for preparing to throw tomorrow. See what I need to throw for orders, and then make a bunch of stuff for our beginning of May live sale we're going to do, because we're going to be doing a couple of different things. We're going to be doing what is the first week? Well, what is that weekend? Because we want to have a lot of stuff online for May the 4th. So I've been making some like new Star Wars things. So we're gonna have new stuff too. Get out my calendar here. So the 4th is a Monday, but that weekend we're gonna be doing a live sale, because that's when we would have been at Maryland Sheep and Fiber, Maryland Sheep and Wool. So we're gonna be doing a promotion then with some other vendors, because the show itself is doing made its own page for us to promote ourselves, and then we're doing something else on the side. Yeah, I haven't put that one on a mug yet. But and this Friday, I keep thinking it's next week. No, it's this Friday. We're doing another a raid train thing with on Twitch. So for the creative channel, our time slot is like 1 o'clock on Friday this time. So it's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and in the creative channel, and we're just going to have, there's going to be a list up of the different streamers and when we're going to have our time slot. And but this Friday, mine is going to be at 1 o'clock. So join us this weekend for the Raid Train. Trying to get some, trying to help us in creative promote ourselves and kind of get some more attention. But thank you guys for watching. I'm going to take a little bit of a break and let these things dry out some, and then kind of work on this throughout the evening and prep to do some throwing, possibly tonight, but more definitely in the morning. So guys, have a good afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you later.